Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. It's always about fees. That's right. It's always about fees. When you're investing in anything, it's about fees, but especially 401ks. Let me explain to you how you get screwed with a 401k. Nobody will tell you this. You'll be told with a $25,000 investment, your 401k will return 7%, and over 30 years, you'll retire with a nest egg of $226,000 with a fee of 0.5%. That is a lie. Do you know if you just bump it from 0.5% to 1.5%, that $226,000 drops to 160 with 2% fee? It drops to 123. But you know what most fees are? 3%. So you're going to drop almost below $100,000. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and get rid of that 401k. It is not for your benefit.
Isn't it time you reduce your fear of investing? Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You hear me talk about 401ks every day on my radio show. Why? Because it's such a disservice. 89 million Americans have a 401k. There's 638,000 plans. And the father of the 401k, Ted Brenner, even admitted they're a scam. He doesn't endorse them anymore because of the ridiculous fees. You got to get away from those fees. Remember, every 1% fee, they take 30% of your retirement money. The average fund is 2.5%. 60% of the money is going to be gone when you're ready to retire. You don't need to do that. There's an alternative. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Seek out the alternative. Give yourself a break. philsgang.com. Sign up today.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passionate desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. they pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
We have, I think, taken action on a pretty dramatic basis to put fines, penalties in place for firms that have acted badly. The question of whether or not to pursue criminal prosecution is a decision that prosecutors ultimately make. We have made clear we don't believe that anyone is too big to jail. It is up to prosecutors to decide how you pursue the criminal charges. It's not up to regulators or policymakers. The pattern of behavior that we've seen here is something that needs to stop.
Oh, really? That is Jack Lew, our Treasury Secretary. What is he, nuts? Are you kidding? They're never going to put anybody in jail. They made sure nobody went to jail. Not one banker went to jail. This guy's unbelievable. Now listen to this, what he says. This guy is one of the biggest liars in this administration.
TPP is a good economic deal for the United States.
How is TPP a good economic deal for the United States? NAFTA lost almost 1 million jobs. These deals are only good for the big corporations. That's it. The pharmaceuticals are going to make a fortune. These pharmaceutical companies now, they can extend their patents. No more can they just have a patent for 2 years and you go in the drugstore, you get that drug now for 1/10 of the price. How many people go to the drugstore? You have to then get medication, and it's not generic yet. It costs you like $300. Then when it gets become generic, it costs you like $15. Now, I'm not saying pharmaceutical companies shouldn't make a profit because they do invest a lot of money. There's no question about that. But come on. So now what TPD has done is enable them to hold on to these patents for 99 years. That's ridiculous. Also, when these large corporations go around the country speculating, doing deals, they now under TPP, they set up a shadow court system. So we'll always fine for them. So let's say a company goes in somewhere in Africa, starts drilling oil, and something happens where the oil goes into, let's say, a river. Well, normally you'd go to court in Africa and that company would be fined millions of dollars, as it should be. But under TPP, no more. Now they go to the shadow court that they set up. And they'll always fine for the corporation. In fact, they can turn around now and sue the country and say that because you came after me, you've cost me money. I want to be reimbursed. Oh, it's ridiculous. Everything is for the corporations. TPP is a bunch of gangsters. It's ridiculous. It doesn't help you or me. And talking about that, the Federal Reserve, I want to talk a little bit about the Federal Reserve today. Most people don't know what the Federal Reserve is, other than it's a bunch of gangsters, ugly people. But it all started out yesterday, and I was glad that Trump brought it up. As a matter of fact, when I talked to Trump, I said to him over and over many times, you got to get rid of the Federal Reserve. You got to get rid of the Federal Reserve. It's a private company of gangsters. 151 of the wealthiest people in this country own us. They own us. They own the Congress. They own you and me. They own the judges. They own the Army. They own the Navy. They own everything. They're so powerful that they own Congress. They put legislation through that benefits them, not America, not you and me, not Main Street. They're the ones who create inflation. Inflation. Since 1913, there's so much inflation that the dollar has dropped by more than 95%, the value of the dollar. Inflation kills jobs. They have this stupid 2% target of inflation, which they'll never hit. And that 2% inflation is a killer for jobs, for wages rather, for wages. You got to get rid of them. So this started yesterday with John Harwood commenting on Trump's comment, and then it just took off the rest of the day and today. Listen to this. This starts out with Trump's comment.
She's keeping them artificially low to get Obama retired. Watch what's going to happen afterwards. It's a very serious problem. And I think it's very political. I think she's very political. And to a certain extent, I think she should be ashamed of herself.
And Trump went on and said, you know, the Federal Reserve is not independent. It's not independent. It's never been independent. It's the president who appoints the chair. It's not independent. The president is the boss. They're the ones that make the appointment. It's not independent at all. It's ridiculous to say it is. And here's Harwood.
He made these comments about the independence of the Fed, and he said the Justice Department, the Fed, and the FBI, all of which I used to think were independent, are not independent. So I think this is not necessarily the smartest way for Donald Trump to use that interview.
Oh, really, Harwood? Not Trump. Why? It's wrong? Really? Well, let me prove that Trump is right.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish a wealth effect. So I wouldn't be surprised at what's happening. I wouldn't blame it on China. We're always looking for excuses. China's going through a transition. It'll take a while to affect itself. But what's new there? There's no news there.
Fisher, he's one of the Fed guys. He admitted they front-loaded the stock market. They created a fake stock market to get the wealthy wealthier. What do you mean it's not political? What are you talking about?
We made a decision back in 2008, early 2009. We were going to have a wealth effect. That was achieved. We made wealthy people wealthier. But the point is, it didn't trickle down.
So Obama is the one who dictates to the Fed what they're going to do, because it creates the inflation. Having this inflation, increased inflation, so that they can monetize their debt. The government can monetize its debt. What are they talking about? And it's all political. It's all political. Now, yesterday, this is how you know it's political. If you remember, yesterday, or the day before, Friday, we had a 400-point drop in the market. Monday comes, and all of a sudden they wipe out the 400-point drop. What happened? What happened? Well, they brought in someone to save the day. Layla Brainerd. She's a former Undersecretary of the Treasury who Obama appointed, then elevated her to the Federal Reserve Board of Governors. So Brainerd is a very close friend of both Hillary and Obama, and will become Hillary's Treasury Secretary, taking Jack Lews with. Everybody knows that. So she was sent in to save the day. For by God, one thing they can't tell is the truth, that the economy's in trouble. They can't, and they can't let the stock market go down. So they brought her back in on Monday to push the stock market back up. One of Hillary's best friends, who also contributed the max allowed by law to her campaign, she saved the markets. She saved the markets with a single speech by basically saying, oh no, zero interest rates are here forever. This is not politically connected? What are you, nuts? We'll be right back after this break. 15 past the hour on Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Do you invest in a 401k or an IRA? Did you know you could lose 30, 40, even 50% of your investments when the market crashes? It's time you take control of your investments. For over 15 years, philsgang.com's Phil Grandy has been teaching, coaching, and investing right along with all Phil's Gang members, making profits when the market is up or down. philsgang.com posts daily market updates, has a live investing class, and all material is archived. Sounds too good to be true? Why not join thousands of satisfied Phil's Gang customers today? Go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. People make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. It's always about fees. That's right. It's always about fees. When you're investing in anything, it's about fees, but especially 401ks. Let me explain to you how you get screwed with a 401k. Nobody will tell you this. You'll be told with a $25,000 investment, your 401k will return 7%, and over 30 years, you'll retire with a nest egg of $226,000 with a fee of 0.5%. That is a lie. Do you know if you just bump it from 0.5% to 1.5%, that $226,000 drops to $160 with 2% fee? It drops to $123. But you know what most fees are? 3%. So you're going to drop almost below $100,000. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and get rid of that 401k. It is not for your benefit.
Isn't it time you reduce your fear of investing? Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, most people get involved with a 401k because of the employer match. They really believe that there's free money. There's no free money. It's a scam. Here's how it works. You ever notice that you can't get the money all at once? Why not? Why don't they just give you the match all at once? Why over 6 years? Because they know only 12% of the people who work for a company stay for 6 years or more. Only 12% are there for 6 years. That's why they plugged it to 6 years. They know you're not going to stay. So it's not for your benefit. It's for the benefit of the company. It's a scam. There's an alternative, though. Phil's Gang. Join my gang. philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Looking for insights and investing information? Join Phil Grande and become a Phil's Gang member today. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
I think the heart of the problem is the Federal Reserve. It's destroying capitalism. It's turned Wall Street into a casino. It has showered stupendous windfalls on the 1%.
Donald Trump going to do?
Donald Trump said yesterday Janet Yellen should be ashamed of herself, and he was totally right.
I would push back against the notion that we're unduly affected by the ups and downs of the stock market.
Oh, really? You have no connection to the stock market. Really, Aunt B. The lying is pathetic. Welcome back to Phil's Gang. It is just unbelievable. They decide when the market's going to go up, when the market's going to go down. They decide our standard of living. That's right. It's unbelievable. Like I just said yesterday, after the market fell 400 points on Friday, they needed to stop it from going down because it's Hillary's, well, it'd be very negative for Hillary. This is the one way that Trump can win if this market would just collapse before the election. So they immediately bring Layla Brainerd in, very close friend with Obama and very close friend with Hillary. She's going to be the Treasury Secretary if she wins. And she pumped the market up. So she said instead of the other day when the market went down 400 points on Friday saying there's going to be a rate hike, she's coming and says, no, there's not going to be a rate hike. So we had the market come down and then turn right around and reverse and went right back up. Then today the market dropped again down 252 points. So let's think about this. Look at the volatility. For 42 days we went sideways and the market wouldn't move 1% up or down. They stopped the market. Who? The Federal Reserve stopped the market in place because the stocks are 50% overvalued. They're not being supported by earnings growth, profit. So they're hoping in this last quarter the earnings growth would be good and would come up and catch up to the inflated stock prices. It didn't happen. So the timing was perfect. They came out and said, hey, guess what? We're going to raise rates. And the market sell off for the first time in 42 days. There was action. The market dropped 400 points. She comes in and says, no, they're not. Then it went up. So what we had is a reversal, but we never had a key reversal. And I told my gang that. Be very careful. Relax. When the market dropped 400 points, I said this market will head back up. It will most likely head back up the next day. I told them this. Let's take a look at the volume. I showed them on a chart. Beautiful thing about a chart. I showed them on a chart that we had more people who were selling their stocks than buying it. So yesterday when the market was going up, you look at the previous day, you had more people selling than buying yesterday. So we knew it was going to fail again. And it did. Now it's back down. The beautiful thing that gave me that information is the charting. Charting. Because charting tells you which way the money's going in and which way the money's going out. Now, this is unbelievable. Most people don't understand that the entire Federal Reserve is connected. The Federal Reserve is a private company. It's all politics. And who makes the decision? There's 151 owners, the richest people in the world. or in the country. They're the owners. They make the decisions. Now, the president appoints Yellen and will tell her, I want you to do this. Now, the members can override her, or the owners can override her, but most of the time they don't. It's definitely political. And we'll talk about that in a moment, and how it kills you in your wages, and why you got to get rid of the Federal Reserve. But first, let's go to Chart Corner.
Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang Max Investor 1000 Stock Charts.
Talking about the market, you don't have to have any kind of skill other than you can tell colors. That's all you have to do. Now, I know you're going to laugh. I know it's funny. Sounds like a gimmick, but it isn't. These algorithms that were written for this tool, this chart, was designed for people who didn't have time. Now, we have, I think, the best teaching format in the country. We teach a lot of people, thousands and thousands of people, how to invest in stocks. You can participate that as a gang member. We have a live class every morning from 9:30 to 11 o'clock, where you actually see the action for the day, and gang members asking about their stock and how do you invest in it when you take profits. It's great. It's live, and if you can't make it, it's archived. All day long, you got updates all day long. We're holding your hand all day, all for $39.95. But there's a lot of people that can't come to these classes. They're just too busy. Especially take somebody that is a carpenter, or somebody who is does drywalling, or an air conditioning specialist. These people have to work every day. They don't have time. They can't sit at home watching a computer. So I designed over the years. I said, you know what? Every time they go to Wall Street, they get screwed because they don't understand these bubbles that are created on purpose because we exported our jobs. We don't have any economic growth anymore. So they got to fake an economic growth. Wall Street, the owners create these fake bubbles, housing bubbles, .com bubble, and now the QE bubble. So I decided, let's make it, with today's technology, let's just put a chart, build a chart that just tells people simply when money is going in and when money is going out. Because after all, that's all stocks are about. If money goes in, they go up. It's all about demand. If the demand, they're taking the money out, it goes down. It has nothing to do with the stories. They try to create stories like this garbage here.
My question is on AMD. I know they just did a bond offering and some secondary. What are your thoughts about the stock?
Yeah, I think this pullback is an opportunity. I mean, they had to fix their balance sheet. That's good. I like their business. That's fine.
What are you, nuts? First of all, if you're a gang member and you would have saw AMD in August, on August 30th, matter of fact, from August 19th to August 30th, it was green. It turned red. It's solid red, and it's dropped. It dropped from 783 down to 573. Now, he should be telling people that's a 27% drop. That's a 20. But guess what? You would have made money by shorting it, or if you're in the stock, you would have got out and you would not gotten hurt. That's the beauty of the MV2. We'll be right back. Join my gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Do you invest in a 401k or an IRA? Did you know you could lose 30, 40, even 50% of your investments when the market crashes? It's time you take control of your investments. For over 15 years, philsgang.com's Phil Grandy has been teaching, coaching, and investing right along with all Phil's Gang members, making profits when the market is up or down. philsgang.com posts daily market updates, has a live investing class, and all material is archived. Sounds too good to be true? Why not join thousands of satisfied Phil's Gang customers today? Go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You hear me talk about 401ks every day on my radio show. Why? Because it's such a disservice. 89 million Americans have a 401k. There's 638,000 plans. And the father of the 401k, Ted Brenner, even admitted they're a scam. He doesn't endorse them anymore because of the ridiculous fees. You got to get away from those fees. Remember, every 1% fee, they take 30% of your retirement money. The average fund is 2.5%. 60% of the money is going to be gone when you're ready to retire. You don't need to do that. There's an alternative. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Seek out the alternative. Give yourself a break. philsgang.com. Sign up today.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passionate desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're a teaching format. Boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264.
Powering through illness is what women do every day.
She made a determination with her doctor that she would power through this.
It was Hillary Clinton's decision, essentially, to power through.
Yes, she tried to power through it. She decided to power through it.
She just wanted to power through. She just wanted to power through her.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Let's power through this. We are going to have a correction in this market. Don't tell me we're not. We all know better. We had the dot-com crash, the housing crash. Why would we be so lucky this is not going to crash? It's the same reasons. They're all propped up. They're all bubbles. Easy money, low credit, just different products. I want you to be prepared. Now, I know every day I come on here and I say to you, I wish you would get my MV2 because it's simple. It's technology. It's color-coded technology. It tells you when to buy, when to sell. I know you don't believe it. I know you sounds like a gimmick, but I've been here for 15 years and I haven't steered anyone wrong. 15 years, I'm still here. A lot of people can't say that. The easiest way, most people do not want to do anything with stocks. That's why they built a whole empire on Wall Street. That's why they have those big, tall buildings, because of people. They don't want to do anything when it comes to stocks. They'll spend more time smelling a tomato at the store, supermarket, or squeezing a melon than they will looking into a stock. They want nothing to do. It's boring. It's like watching paint drop. They just want to get their money to somebody and have them do it. The biggest mistake in the world. You tell your kids not to get in the car with a stranger, but yet you do the same thing. You give your money to a stranger. Nobody you know. And Wall Street is not on your side. And we see that every day in the newspaper, on TV, where more and more suits are happening because of the 401k, because of these outrageous fees. If you want to protect yourself, and we do have a crisis, a retirement crisis, I'm giving you an opportunity, free. Yes, I'm asking you to join the gang for 4 weeks for $39.95, so that I qualify you. If I just gave it to free, we'd have people just curious, like the people go on those open houses. I don't know why people do open houses. To me, that's stupid. I never see more people coming to open, not qualified. Most of the people coming to open houses are looking for decorating ideas. And I love the one when the wife comes in. This is when you know you got a real sap. You got a real dope looking at your house. When someone says, where's your husband? Oh, he's out in the car with the kids. Oh, boy, they're really interested, aren't they? So that's why I do the same thing. I say, look, I want people who are serious about retirement, who know there's a problem, and they're looking for something to do to create wealth. Nothing's worked for them. So I'm reaching out to you and say, I'll make a deal with you. You help out St. Jude, I'll help you. So I created a chart with today's technology. Just give you an example. Let's go back to this dope. Kramer tells everybody to his AMD.
My question is on AMD. I know they just did a bond offering.
So what? They did bond offering.
Secondary. What are your thoughts about the stock?
Yeah, I think this pullback is an opportunity. I mean, they just, look, they had to fix their balance sheet. That's good. I like their business. That's fine.
All right, so someone's going to buy that based on that. She said, on this pullback, this is an opportunity. But here's a problem with that. It's still red. Institutions are still pulling their money out. So somebody's going to get in this stock and going to get hurt. Give me an example. AMD. If you take AMD and you put up my chart, and you don't even have to know anything about the stock. You don't even have to know what it means. It's advanced micro. You don't have to know what's the name of the company. AMD, and you look on right around August 16th, AMD was right around, at that time, right around $6. Right here. It was green. It went from red to green. It told you the institutions were buying. It went up. And then finally it turned red. It finally turned red. And it turned red on August 31st at around 7:52. So you knew to get out, it had a 13% gain. 13% gain. Just by knowing it turned from red to green, to get in, you knew the most important part, get out. But even better, if you stayed in and just clicked the button and said sell short, it dropped. It dropped 23%. This is the stock he's telling you to buy. It's got good stock. Dropped 23%. So you would have picked up 23%. Now, why did it take so few days? Let's think about it. It took from July 22nd, July 22nd up to August 31st to go up. It only took from August 31st down to where we are today, September 13th, to drop 23%. It goes down so much faster than it goes up, because when they pull the bid out, it's over. So that's a nice profit on the way down. You got to learn how to short. You get the other side of the transaction. Most of you have never shorted a stock in your life. When the markets go down, you call your broker, say, what should I do? What should I do? When they should be telling you, sell short, sell short. Did anybody tell you buy a car with just forward and no reverse? Of course not. Of course not. So I'm going to offer this to you free. You also can watch your 401k, your mutual fund. If all of a sudden you see the S&P, put it up on the chart, you see all of a sudden it turns red, continuously red, you know to get out of your 401k. Okay, here's the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Join the gang, $39.95. You get for 4 weeks by MV2. There's no better deal than that. And all I ask you start doing well, remember St. Jude. Okay, let's talk about this phony Federal Reserve and how it's killing us. Let's think about it. The Federal Reserve is responsible, remember, for all the inflation we've experienced since the Fed's inception in 1913, which has destroyed the dollar value by 95%. It's inflation that kills wages, because as prices of food and staples and everything increases, wages do not. Wages are at a 30-year low. So when they're trying to pump up the inflation, it's killing wages. How stupid. To increase inflation, they do certain things. One thing is called monetizing government debt. When the government expenses exceed its income, which always happens, between $800 million a year and $1 trillion a year, they spend more than they take in. Since Obama's been president, they make up the shortfall. And how they do that? Obama will order the printing of money, will order Yellen to print money, or order her to raise money to cover the shortfall. And that's then done by selling bonds, 10-year treasuries, to China, who buys our debt. And sometimes the banking cartel, the Federal Reserve, will do a magic trick. They'll buy them themselves. And when the Fed says $1 million, when they go and they buy, say, $1 million worth of treasuries, government bonds, it can pay for them with a check. And unlike when you and I write a check, the Fed doesn't have to cover it. Don't need any money in its account. It just prints money. Backed by air, not gold, air. Creating $1 million in new money. This causes inflation and causes prices to rise. And what it does, it kills your wages, because the prices go up, but your wages don't. And this is why we're at a 30-year low. They keep doing this over and over. That's just one way. That's just one way they do it. It's insane. It's just absolutely insane what they do. It's it's just crazy. So let's think about that. Now, for every $1,000, think about this. Here's what they do. This private banking cartel, this private organization of gangsters, I'm going to show you or tell you when we come back how they can take $900 and create $10,000 out of $900. Even God couldn't do that.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, most people get involved with a 401k because of the employer match. They really believe that there's free money. There's no free money. It's a scam. Here's how it works. You ever notice that you can't get the money all at once? Why not? Why don't they just give you the match all at once? Why over 6 years? Because they know only 12% of the people who work for a company stay for 6 years or more. Only 12% are there for 6 years. That's why they plugged it to 6 years. They know you're not going to stay. So it's not for your benefit. It's for the benefit of the company. It's a scam. There's an alternative, though. Phil's Gang. Join my gang. philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You hear me talk about 401ks every day on my radio show. Why? Because it's such a disservice. 89 million Americans have a 401k. There's 638,000 plans. And the father of the 401k, Ted Brenner, even admitted they're a scam. He doesn't endorse them anymore because of the ridiculous fees. You got to get away from those fees. Remember, every 1% fee, they take 30% of your retirement money. The average fund is 2.5%. 60% of the money is going to be gone when you're ready to retire. You don't need to do that. There's an alternative. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Seek out the alternative. Give yourself a break. philsgang.com. Sign up today.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You know, most people get involved with a 401k because of the employer match. They really believe that there's free money. There's no free money. It's a scam. Here's how it works. You ever notice that you can't get the money all at once? Why not? Why don't they just give you the match all at once? Why over 6 years? Because they know only 12% of the people who work for a company stay for 6 years or more. Only 12% are there for 6 years. That's why they plugged it to 6 years. They know you're not going to stay. So it's not for your benefit. It's for the benefit of the company. It's a scam. There's an alternative, though. Phil's Gang. Join my gang. philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by the Max Investor 1000 Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. The Federal Reserve is made up of the most violent, ugly people in the world. The very wealthy. 151 of the wealthiest people in this country run the Federal Reserve. They own the Federal Reserve. It's a group of banks that are owned by a bunch of gangsters. They control everything. They own Congress. They own the president. They decide who's going to be president. This has to be broken up because it's killing us. It's killing us. It's killing our wages because they keep creating inflation by creating money. And that's why your wages don't go up. We got to get rid of them. Before I finish that, though, I want you to listen to this. This is unbelievable. Here's Mika Brzezinski going against, Trump is horrible. What a horrible man. Everything he says is horrible.
They go crazy over one kind of difficult line that Hillary Clinton had.
What's that?
Everything he says is either horrible, stunning, insulting, or incredibly ignorant.
But Hillary, don't talk about Hillary. Listen to this.
Thought it would be easier to carry just one device for my work and for my personal emails instead of two.
What a lie. Oh, that's not horrible.
We've seen rage and violence directed at American embassies over an awful internet video.
Oh, yeah, video. There was no video. Oh, that's not terrible. Don't you love these liberals? Don't you love it?
What difference at this point does it make?
Oh, it's unbelievable, isn't it? It just drives you nuts. Drives you nuts. Drives me nuts. But you know what? When you go to bed at night, it's not going to make any difference. You can enjoy all this. You can watch all the news items. It's fun. It's exciting to watch what's going on with this election. But when you're in your bed all night, dark, you put your head on the pillow. Remember, you got to take care of your own garden. Never mind the neighbor's garden. You just take care of your own garden. Hoe your own garden. When it's all said and done, no one's going to be there to take care of you. No president, no Congress, nobody. You got to take care of yourself. You're all by yourself. You got to create some kind of nest egg. Houses aren't nest eggs anymore. We had a big idiot by the name of, by a dope by the name of Bush, baby Bush, told everybody to extract their equity out of their home in 2001 and put it into the economy. 1.4 trillion. Now homes are underwater, most of them. But here's the biggest threat we have in the world is this group, this cartel that own this private company, the private banking cartel. They wrote a law and ordered Congress to pass it, or they would not loan Congress the money they overspend each year, which is about $27,000 a second. The banking cartel, with the legislation passed, now can print up to $9,000 or $10,000 in new money, nothing backing it, just there. For every $1,000 they have deposit, every 1,000 they print, they have on deposit, and every 1,000 they print and have on deposit, banks can load up to 900 of the 1,000. However, if they take the 900 that they printed, then deposit in the same bank or another bank, they now can loan up to 90% of the 900. So every $900 of prints, they can loan up to 90%. In essence, they print $900 to create $10,000. 900 out of nothing. That's inflation. And they put Madoff away? What are you, nuts? This is the biggest creation of inflation in the economy, which kills wages. No wonder our wages are 30-year low. We got to get rid of these ugly, nasty parasites. No wonder when you go to the grocery store that turkey has gone up 43% or strawberries up 28%, but wages have not increased in 30 years. What are you, nuts? One of the federal mandates, this is what makes me laugh, is to maintain stable prices. Oh, really? When they also control the money supply? How can they control, how in the hell can they maintain stable prices when they keep printing and printing money when they have control of the money supply? So your food in your store goes up 40%, 30%, 20%. That's because they're printing this fake money, which they create money out of thin air. That they print $900 and turn it into $10,000. Are you nuts? When the banking cartel inflates the money by doing that, this money supply, that's theft on a major scale, much worse than Madoff. Because you and I, get cheated. When they increase prices because of the printing of money and prices go up, because the value of our dollar goes down, we don't have the buying power, we get screwed. Yet the owners of the banking cartel, the very privileged, they get the money, and we get the inflation. They get the money to go do deals. But we get the inflation. And why is gold and gold mining stocks are so important, and why you got to know when to get in gold and gold mining stocks. I'm telling you. And we got into gold and gold mining stocks back in November using our MV2, which tells us when to get in and when to get out. The stocks are over 100% now. But it also told us when to get out in this downtrends. It just didn't go up straight 100%. It told us when to protect our money. When to protect our money. So on average, our gold stocks are up 100%, our gold mining stocks. But sometimes 2 or 3 weeks where the gold stocks went down. But we made sure that we're either out or we're shorting them. Here, I'll give you oil. We did the same thing with oil. Here's a wonderful, here's a stock. Now, DVN, Devon Energy Company. I don't know if it's any good or not. I don't care. Maybe Joe Suckface owns it. Who cares? I don't know. Who owns it? Maybe it's not a real company. I don't know. But here's I know. It turned green. It turned green on August 30th. August 5th. It was right around $38. It told me to get out on August 30th when it was around $45 because it turned red. Now, that's an 18% gain. But here's what's better. Why get out? Just turn around, push the button that says short because it's red. And it dropped from the $45 all the way down to where it is now at $41. That's another 8% gain. So that's 18% up and then another 8% down. Now, if you think this is a gimmick and it doesn't work, then here, I'll give it to you for free. But all I want you to do is join the gang, be a gang member for $39.95 for 4 weeks, and you get this $24.95 value for free. And the most important part of this, the value, is when to get out. Even if you decide not to short the stock, you'll always know when to get out. Rather than calling your broker and he tells you, oh, you're fine, everything's fine, don't worry about it, and then they get you into another stock. Check it out. It works. It really works. It works. You know, investing in stocks is a wonderful thing because you can get out anytime you want because there's so much liquidity in the market. How many have experienced trying to sell your home or a car? You had to wait and wait and wait. Why? Because there's no liquidity. There's no organized market. There's no liquidity, especially housing. I remember when people were flipping houses, I said, go flip them. I'll stay with the stock market because I know I can just click my mouse and I'm out if I make a mistake. I'm out if I make a mistake. There's no better place than own a small business than owning a stock. That's what it is. How many people say, I'd like to have my own independent little business. I can't keep making money being on wages. And nobody can create wealth if you're on wages. It's impossible. You've got to get your money to work for you. So try it. At the end of 4 weeks, you're going to know if I'm full of it or not. You're going to know if I'm a phony or not. You're going to know if this is a gimmick or not. And it's free. But I'm not going to do one of these stupid things where it says free for 4 weeks and money back guarantee. No, I'm not going to do that. I want you to be qualified. I'm going to make sure that somebody pays $39.95 first for 4 weeks for a gang membership. Somebody has interest in the stock market. Well, I'm going to send out this thing free to everybody. I'd be sending out 1 million of these things. And maybe 1 out of 10 people are really interested in the stock market. So for those who are serious, join my gang. Call right now, 877-600-GANG. You are going to get the best tool you ever had. In 4 weeks, you're going to look at this and say, I don't believe it. It's that easy? Yes, it's that easy. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG. Call now. They're on the phone waiting for you. And just $39.95 for the gang membership at night, and you get this MV2 for free. At the end of 4 weeks, if you want to continue, then you start paying for it and then continue your membership. Now, if you don't want the membership at the 4 weeks and you just want this, that's fine too. You can have it just for the $24.95. You don't have to be a gang member. All right? Okay, so the stock market's down 250 points after the market went up yesterday. So the market went down on Friday, went up yesterday, back down today. That's called volatility. That's why you need a chart, because it's a smoothing mechanism. It's been staying red during all of this, so we don't get worried. Let it go up and down. As long as it stays red, it tells me it's not time to buy. Join now, 877-600-GANG, get your free MV2. And remember St. Jude. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
K or an IRA, did you know you could lose 30, 40